The sun shone brilliantly over the manicured gardens of Langford Manor. The air smelled of roses, champagne, and something else. Anticipation. Hundreds of guests in tailored dresses and designer suits whispered excitedly, champagne flutes clinking like tiny bells. Cameras flashed, live streams rolled. Reporters from elite magazines were already capturing every detail. At the center of it all, the groom, Victor Langford, 32, billionaire, impeccably dressed in a custom tuxedo, jawline sharp, smile wide, exuding charm and confidence. He glanced nervously at his watch, then at the grand staircase, where the orchestra's strings quivered in perfect harmony. The bride was supposed to appear any moment. Leila Monroe, 28, a young woman of quiet elegance, radiant in a blush-pink gown. Leila's heart pounded, but today was supposed to be perfect. Her mother had spared no expense, her father had nodded proudly, and Victor had promised her the world. Yet underneath the flawless surface, a storm brewed. Victor's best man, Caleb, leaned in. "You ready for this?" he whispered. "Everything's perfect, man." Victor's smile tightened. "Perfect if no one ruins it." And that was when it began. A soft murmur ran through the crowd. Guests turned their heads toward the garden path. At first it was subtle, curious whispers, a few eyes narrowing. Then she appeared. Elena Cross, Victor's black ex, the woman who had haunted his past. She stepped down the cobblestone path in a stunning white dress, the kind of dress that could make everyone stop breathing. Hair perfectly styled, eyes glinting with a dangerous mixture of nostalgia and defiance. The whispers became audible gasps, phones whipped out, cameras zoomed in. The air became thick, tense, unbreathable. Victor froze, his smile faltered, his jaw clenched. Leila turned, expecting a surprise guest, maybe a cousin, maybe a friend. But the look in her eyes said one thing: shock, fear, disbelief. Elena stopped at the edge of the garden. She raised a single hand, calm, almost regal. "Victor," she said, voice low but cutting through the murmurs like a blade. Victor's best man, Caleb, stepped closer. Victor." Victor shook his head slightly, trying to regain composure. "Leila, I." But the words caught in his throat. He couldn't speak. Elena smiled faintly, a smile that carried memories of broken promises, secret nights, whispered lies, and the subtle reminder that she still had power over him. Leila's hands trembled. Her maid of honor, Sophie, placed a comforting hand on her shoulder, whispering, it's okay." But nothing was okay. Elena took a step forward, her heels clicking against the stone pathway. Every eye followed her. Every camera captured her elegance, her dominance over the room without a single word. Victor finally found his voice. "Elena, what are you doing here?" His tone was firm, but inside panic bubbled. Elena's eyes locked with his. "I came for what was always mine." The crowd stiffened. Leila's face paled. Guests murmured questions. Some whispered about scandals, others about a past love affair that Victor had kept secret. Victor's face hardened. "This isn't the time, Elena." Elena tilted her head. "Oh, I think it's perfect timing. The world deserves to see the truth." And with that, she removed a delicate veil, letting it fall to the ground. The gasp was collective, the kind that freezes a room. Leila's perfect wedding day had just collapsed in an instant. Victor tried to move toward Elena, but she held up a hand, stopping him as if she could still command the space. "I didn't come here to fight," she said softly. "I came to remind everyone that some promises never die." The cameras flashed, the guests whispered, the music faltered. And in the heart of the chaos, Leila realized something terrifying. This was not just a wedding, it was a war. The perfect day had been a lie. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel to support our journey. The garden fell into a tense, suffocating silence. Cameras clicked endlessly, but no one dared move. Victor's mind raced. Years of careful control, meticulously hidden secrets, now crumbling in the blink of an eye. He stepped forward, voice tight. "Elena, you have no right." Elena's eyes narrowed, cutting him off. "I have every right. You forgot the promises you made and the ones you broke." Gasps echoed across the crowd. Some guests whispered about old scandals. Others whispered about forbidden romances that Victor had carefully buried under his billionaire charm. Leila clutched her bouquet tightly, knuckles white, her vision blurred with tears. Every ounce of her perfect day was collapsing around her. She felt the sting of betrayal, not just from Victor, but from the life she thought she knew. Victor's jaw clenched. "This is my wedding, not your stage to play some revenge drama." Elena tilted her head, smiling faintly like a queen surveying her kingdom. "Revenge? Oh, Victor, this isn't about revenge. This is about truth, and the truth always finds its stage." He tried to pull her aside to handle this privately, but Elena anticipated the move. She took a deliberate step back, letting the cameras catch every inch of tension, every flicker of fear on Victor's face. The whispers of the crowd turned into murmurs, and the murmurs became a chorus of speculation. Victor's best man, Caleb, muttered under his breath, "Man, this is bad, really bad." Victor ignored him. He focused on Leela, whose pale face was a mirror of heartbreak and disbelief. "Leela, please don't listen to her. None of this." But Leela couldn't look away. Something in Elena's gaze hinted at secrets Victor hadn't revealed, truths that would shatter everything she believed. Elena raised a delicate hand, holding a small envelope. "Victor, or should I say, Victor Langford the Deceiver, I think the world should see what you truly are." She slowly opened it, revealing photographs. The kind of photographs Victor had spent years erasing from memory. Private moments, secret meetings, nights that were never meant to be public. Victor froze, his face went pale. "Elena, you can't." Elena ignored him, stepping closer to Leela. "Look carefully, Leela. See the man you're about to marry. See the layers beneath the charm, beneath the smiles. See the truth." Leela's hands shook as she looked down at the images Elena held. Her world turned upside down. The photographs were of Victor, at charity galas, at private parties, and in moments of intimacy she could never have imagined, with women she'd never known, with whispers of deals and alliances that hinted at a life hidden from her. Her vision blurred with tears. "Victor, is this true?" Victor's composure cracked. His calm billionaire mask shattered. "Leela, it's complicated. It's not what it looks like." Elena cut him off, voice sharp and cutting. "Complicated? You call this complicated? You manipulated her, Victor. You promised love, while building a kingdom of lies around you." The guests were now fully engaged. Phones recorded every word. Social media live feeds were exploding with scandal hashtags. A wedding meant to be perfect had become a viral spectacle of betrayal and heartbreak. Leela's knees nearly gave way. Sophie held her tightly, whispering, "You deserve the truth, Leela. Not this, not him hiding behind lies." Victor turned to Elena, fury blazing in his eyes. "You're ruining everything. Do you think this matters? I built everything for her, for us." Elena's eyes softened, not in love but in calculated pain. "Victor, you built castles of gold, but inside there was nothing but shadows. And shadows can't love." The music faltered, the orchestra unsure of whether to continue. The wedding photographers lowered their cameras slightly, unsure how to capture such raw emotion. Leela stepped back, voice trembling, barely audible. I don't know who you are anymore, Victor. I thought I did, but I was wrong. Everything I believed in was a lie." Victor's hands shook. Caleb stepped forward nervously. "Man, what are we gonna do? This is chaos." Elena took a final step toward Victor, her expression deadly calm. "Do you remember, Victor, why I left you? Because even then you couldn't be honest. And now, the world knows." Victor's face twisted with rage, guilt, and fear. "Leela, please don't let her." But Leela shook her head, tears streaking her cheeks. I need time to breathe, time to see who you really are." Elena smiled faintly, like a victory long planned. "And that, Victor, is just the beginning." The garden was silent now, thick with tension. Victor felt the walls of his empire cracking. Leela felt the ground beneath her shift. Elena, she felt satisfaction, a cold calm that comes only when power is finally restored. The perfect wedding was over. But the war had just begun. The garden had emptied in the aftermath, leaving only scattered petals, overturned chairs, and a few lingering guests too afraid to leave, or too captivated to look away. Leela slipped away under Sophie's arm, tears streaking her face, each sob a sharp reminder that the world she knew had crumbled. Victor followed, desperate, voice low but strained. "Leela, we need to talk, now." She turned, eyes blazing with hurt and disbelief. "Talk? You expect me to talk after the world just saw your lies, after Elena, after everything. Victor's chest heaved. He reached for her hand, but she pulled away, retreating a step. Please don't shut me out. You don't understand. Oh, I understand perfectly, she interrupted, voice shaking but fierce. I understand that the man I trusted built a life of shadows while smiling at me. I understand that I married a stranger disguised as a dream. Victor's lips quivered. I never wanted this day to hurt you. I wanted to lie to me, to humiliate me in front of everyone. Leela's words were sharp, slicing through the warm evening air. You think showing Elena's pictures was just some coincidence. That's not a coincidence. That's control. That's obsession. Victor's gaze darkened. You don't know the whole story. You never knew who I really am, who I had to be. Leela laughed bitterly, a sound that cut through the tension like glass breaking. You were a billionaire hiding 1,000 secrets, and I was blind, too blind to see them. Victor stepped closer, desperation in every movement. I tried to protect you. I built a world where nothing could touch you. But Elena, she has power I can't ignore. Leela's eyes widened. Power. This is about you, about your need to control, your fear of losing. You're not protecting anyone, Victor. You're protecting your ego. Victor's fists clenched. He turned away, running a hand through his hair. I never wanted it to be like this. I loved you. I really did. Leela's shoulders shook with grief and fury. Loved me. You used me as a pawn in a game you designed. You made me part of your empire of lies. Silence fell for a heartbeat. Then Victor whispered, raw and haunted. I didn't want to hurt you, but I couldn't let anyone know the truth. The truth? Leela's voice was sharp, echoing through the now empty garden. Elena didn't come to remind you. She came to expose you. And you were too weak or too arrogant to stop her. Victor swallowed hard, his confidence shattered, replaced with guilt and panic. I thought I could control it. I thought I could. Control. Victor, the only thing you ever controlled was my trust, and you broke it. Her words hit him like a physical blow. He staggered back slightly, eyes glassy, and for the first time, the facade of the perfect billionaire crumbled entirely. Then a whisper of movement. Elena. She had followed them, silent as a shadow, standing at the edge of the garden, arms crossed, eyes cold and calculating. You two look so fragile when the masks come off, she said, voice soft but cutting. Victor, still trying to manipulate, and Leela, still learning the truth about the man you married. Victor turned sharply. Elena, I told you this is between me and Leela. Elena smiled faintly, stepping closer. Oh, I know, that's why it's so much fun. But let me help you, Leela. Let me show you everything he tried to hide. She handed Leela a small leather-bound journal, worn and filled with scribbled notes, names, dates, and secrets, proof of Victor's manipulations, business deals in shadows, personal betrayals, even conversations about Leela herself. Leela opened it with trembling hands, eyes scanning the pages. Each revelation stabbed her heart. Each line of ink was a knife she hadn't seen coming. Victor's voice was almost pleading. Leela, please, this isn't who I am anymore. I can explain. But Leela shook her head violently. Explain? There's nothing to explain. You're a stranger wearing my husband's face. Elena stepped back, letting Leela absorb every detail, her victory precise and controlled. Sometimes the hardest truths are the ones you choose to see, she said, voice calm, almost cruelly gentle. Victor's jaw tightened. You think this is over? This isn't over, Leela. None of it is. You'll see who I am and maybe you'll forgive me. Leela's lips pressed together. Forgiveness, that's a luxury I don't have. You've taken it from me and from today. Elena turned to leave, her eyes locking with Victor. Remember, Victor, some doors once opened can never be closed. The sound of her heels on the stone pathway echoed through the empty garden. Victor sank to the marble steps, staring after her, powerless. Leela stood alone, the journal clutched to her chest, the weight of betrayal and truth pressing down like a storm she couldn't escape. The sun dipped behind the horizon, painting the sky with shades of fire and shadow. The wedding was over, but a war had begun. A war of hearts, minds, and secrets that would not stay buried. Victor realized for the first time that control was an illusion, and Leela was no longer his to command. The following morning, Langford Manor looked peaceful. The sun rose over manicured lawns, the fountains glittered, and the mansion stood proud. But inside, chaos reigned. Victor paced through the marble halls, phone in hand, stomach knotting with every alert. The world had already reacted. Headlines blared online. Billionaire groom's wedding collapses as ex appears in wedding dress. Victor Langford's secret past exposed in stunning garden showdown. Bride stunned as black ex reveals hidden truths about Victor. Social media was exploding. Twitter hashtags trended globally. Victor exposed #vows of shadows wedding scandal billionaire drama Leela vs Victor. Instagram reels replayed Alina's entrance over and over. Every clip, every gasp, every tense glance was dissected. Victor's empire of control was crumbling, pixel by pixel. Leela, meanwhile, had escaped to her apartment in the city. The leather-bound journal lay on the kitchen table, open to pages of Victor's betrayals, alliances, and manipulations. Her fingers traced the ink as if trying to memorize the lies etched into her life. She felt raw, exposed, furious, and powerless all at once. A knock at the door startled her. It was Sophie. "Leela, you need to see this," she said, eyes wide, holding a tablet streaming live footage from the wedding. The media frenzy was already in full swing, and viewers from across the world were commenting, sharing, and mocking. Leela's phone buzzed incessantly. Messages from friends, colleagues, even family asking if she was okay. Each notification was a reminder. Her life, her choices, everything she thought was private was now public. Sophie placed a hand on Leela's shoulder. "You can't fight this alone. You need a plan." Leela exhaled, voice low, trembling. I don't even know where to start. I trusted him. I thought he was different." Meanwhile, Victor convened an emergency meeting at Langford Industries. Executives, PR managers, and lawyers surrounded him. Screens displayed news channels, social feeds, and analytics. "We have a PR disaster of biblical proportions," said one manager, voice tense. "This is trending worldwide. Investors are panicking. Sponsors are pulling out. This could tank everything." Victor slammed his fist on the table. "I don't care about sponsors. I care about control, about setting things right." A lawyer interjected, voice sharp. "Victor, you can't control social media. You can't control public perception. This isn't about correcting the story. This is about damage limitation." Victor's jaw clenched. "Then limit it, do whatever it takes. I won't let her or Alina destroy everything I've built." Meanwhile, Alina moved in the shadows, orchestrating every revelation carefully. She had leaked only parts of Victor's secrets so far. The world saw the scandal, but the deeper truths, the betrayals that could truly destroy him, remained in her hands. Victor, unaware of the full extent of what was coming, started digging into Alina's background, searching for leverage. But Alina had already anticipated his moves. Every lead he thought he had vanished before he could grasp it. Back at Leela's apartment, she opened another folder from the journal. Inside were documents detailing Victor's manipulations of people close to her, friends, family, even Sophie. The realization hit hard. Everyone around her had been subtly influenced, carefully maneuvered, leaving her isolated until now. Tears blurred her vision, but a spark ignited within. "I can't be a victim," she whispered. "Not anymore. If the world is watching, I will control my story." Sophie nodded. "Then let's start. Step 1, truth. We expose the truth on your terms, not his." Across town, Victor's phone rang nonstop. Every call a reminder of the chaos he could no longer command. Alina's calm, calculated smile haunted his thoughts. Every plan he had made to secure his empire, to maintain his perfect image, was collapsing. The war had escalated. This wasn't just about a wedding. It was about power, trust, and reputation. And both Leela and Alina were playing a game Victor never expected. The night fell over the city, lights glittering like jewels, masking the turmoil inside every penthouse and apartment. Victor's empire teetered, Leela's resolve hardened, and Alina's influence grew. The world watched, captivated, and no one could look away. 2 days had passed since the wedding disaster. The world was still buzzing. Every social media feed was saturated with Victor's scandal, Leela's stunned escape, and Alina's dramatic appearance. News outlets ran endless segments. Victor Langford's billionaire wedding nightmare, bride faces heartbreaking betrayal live, and Alina Cross, the woman who changed everything. Leela, however, was no longer hiding. Determined to reclaim control, she agreed to a televised charity gala, a major social event Victor was sponsoring. Cameras, reporters, and influencers were everywhere. Victor was present, looking impeccable, but the tension around him was palpable. He sensed the storm brewing again. Leela entered the grand ballroom, elegant and composed, yet fire smoldered in her eyes. The chandeliers glittered above, casting reflections across the polished marble floor. The crowd parted subtly as whispers filled the room. Every flash from cameras captured her presence, the woman scorned yet fearless. Victor spotted her instantly. His heart raced, not with love but panic. "Leela, this isn't the place," he murmured, trying to reach her discreetly. But Leela stopped mid-step, letting her gaze sweep across the room. Her voice, amplified by the gala's microphone, silenced the murmurs. "Victor Langford, I trusted you. I believed in us. But the world saw who you really are." The room froze. Cameras pivoted toward him. The audience leaned in, captivated. Victor's confident facade cracked, replaced by anger and desperation. Elena, elegantly seated at a side table, smiled subtly. She had orchestrated this moment perfectly, ensuring the world witnessed Leela's declaration and Victor's reaction. Victor stepped forward, attempting to defuse the situation. "Leela, please, not here, not like this." "No, Victor." Leela's voice hardened, echoing through the room. "Every choice you made, every secret you kept has consequences. And today, the truth will be seen by everyone." She lifted the leather-bound journal, the same one Elena had given her at the garden. Flashes of images, texts, and secret contracts spilled across the room via a connected digital projector. Victor's manipulations, betrayals, and hidden dealings illuminated for all to see. Investors gasped, socialites whispered, and reporters scribbled furiously. Victor's face paled. He tried to interrupt, voice booming. "This is slander, lies." But the proof was undeniable. The crowd murmured in shock. Even Victor's closest allies exchanged nervous glances. Then Leela revealed the final twist, a series of emails showing that someone close to her, her mentor, Evelyn Carter, whom she had trusted blindly, had been feeding Victor information all along. Evelyn's betrayal cut deep, adding a personal sting to the public spectacle. Victor's jaw dropped. "Evelyn, you." Leela's eyes flared with pain and resolve. "Yes, Victor. Even those I trusted were part of your empire of shadows. But I'm done being a pawn." Elena leaned forward, voice smooth and confident. "Sometimes, Victor, the people you think you control end up controlling the narrative instead." The gala's atmosphere had shifted. Victor, for the first time, realized that money, power, and influence could not shield him from the consequences of his actions. The world was watching and judging. Leela's announcement was a declaration. She was reclaiming her life, her story, and her power. Victor's desperation escalated. His empire of control was crumbling, and Elena's influence loomed like a shadow over every move he tried to make. The night ended with Leela walking away, head held high, leaving Victor standing amidst whispers, flashing cameras, and the weight of a public humiliation he could not undo. This was more than a confrontation. It was the beginning of Leela's transformation from a betrayed bride to a woman who would take charge of her narrative and challenge a man who thought he could control everything. Like and subscribe to dive more. The morning after the gala, the city woke to a headline storm. Billionaire humiliated. Bride takes control of the narrative. Victor Langford's empire shaken by public betrayal. Elena Cross emerges as mastermind behind wedding chaos. Victor sat in his penthouse, the skyline glittering like a mocking audience. Screens blared news, social feeds scrolled endlessly, investors called non-stop. His empire of control, built on fear, charm, and manipulation, was crumbling. Elena, meanwhile, watched from a quiet rooftop cafe across town. Calm, composed, her laptop open, she observed every post, every comment, every share. She had only revealed the tip of the iceberg. Victor didn't yet know the depths of her plan. Leela, with Sophie by her side, strategized in a small, dimly lit office. The leather-bound journal lay open, pages fluttering as if alive with secrets. "We need a strategy," Leela said, determination etched on her face. "This isn't just about exposing Victor anymore. It's about reclaiming everything he tried to steal from me. My reputation, my life, my choices. Sophie nodded. And Elena, she's our wild card. She knows him better than anyone. She can guide us. The plan was audacious. Reveal the rest of Victor's empire of lies in a controlled, public way. Every document, every secret meeting, every betrayal would come to light, but carefully, strategically. The world would see the truth, not just the scandal. Victor, unaware of Leela and Elena's silent alliance, tried to gather his allies. He called Evelyn Carter, his supposed insider, demanding loyalty. Evelyn hesitated, fear flickering across her face. She had underestimated Leela, and now the tables were turning. Meanwhile, Victor's lawyers warned him, "You can't control public perception anymore. The world has seen the truth, and it's viral. Every misstep now will be amplified tenfold." Victor clenched his jaw, rage and desperation boiling. "Then I'll control it differently. I'll fight fire with fire." The next move came swift and unexpected. Leela and Elena orchestrated a controlled leak, a video montage of Victor's secret manipulations, moments of betrayal, and strategic conversations with Evelyn. It was released to select media outlets, designed to explode across social media without compromising Leela's credibility. The reaction was immediate. Headlines screamed. Influencers debated. The public was captivated, polarized, and enraged. Victor's empire began to wobble under the weight of public scrutiny. Victor, furious, called an emergency board meeting at Langford Industries. Investors demanded answers, executives whispered fears, and lawyers warned of lawsuits. Victor's confidence, once unshakable, was now fragile. In a private moment, Victor stared at the city from his office window, hands trembling. "I built everything for control, for power, for her. How did it all slip away?" Elena's voice echoed in his mind, calm yet cutting. "Some shadows cannot be controlled, Victor. Some truths will find the light, no matter how tightly you grip them." Meanwhile, Leela began to feel strength she hadn't known existed. She wasn't just reacting anymore. She was commanding the narrative. Every leak, every revelation, every truth was a step toward freedom, and toward her own transformation from victim to strategist. The war had escalated. Victor's control was slipping. Elena's influence was unstoppable, and Leela's rise had just begun. One thing was clear: no one would walk away the same. Victor sat in his penthouse, the city lights flickering below like 1,000 accusing eyes. Every notification on his phone was a dagger: tweets, news alerts, viral clips of Leela exposing him, and every headline felt like it was shouting his failure. His hands clenched around a glass of scotch. "Enough," he muttered. "If they want a war, they'll get one." He called in his most trusted aide, Marcus Steele, a man as ruthless as he was loyal. "Marcus, it's time. Activate Plan Obsidian. We're taking the fight to her, publicly, legally, and personally. I want Leela cornered before she can strike again." Marcus raised an eyebrow. "Are you sure, sir? She's got Elena backing her now. Any move could backfire." Victor's gaze hardened. "I don't care. Control is the only currency that matters, and I will not lose, not to her, not to anyone." Meanwhile, Leela and Elena were already 2 steps ahead. They had secured media allies, investigative journalists, and legal counsel ready to expose Victor's deeper manipulations. Elena, calm and precise, studied Victor's every known contact. "He's predictable," she said, eyes narrowing. "Panic is a luxury he can't afford, and it will make him reckless." Victor made his first move, a high-profile lawsuit against Leela and Elena, alleging defamation, slander, and theft of confidential information. The lawsuit hit morning news cycles like a bombshell. Leela, however, didn't flinch. With her lawyer, she revealed that every document, video, and email was verified evidence, Victor's own words, his own actions. Social media erupted. Victor Exposed became global trending. The public was captivated, polarized, and ravenous for more. Victor, growing frantic, escalated further. He leaked partial videos to gossip channels, hopping to spin a narrative painting Leela as the aggressor. But Elena had anticipated this. She countered with side-by-side evidence proving Victor's manipulations, making his claims crumble instantly. Then came the personal blow. Victor discovered that Evelyn Carter, the trusted mentor, had defected to Leela's side entirely. Evelyn's insider knowledge amplified the exposé. In one televised interview, she revealed Victor's secret dealings: financial manipulations, betrayals of allies, and attempts to sabotage anyone who threatened his control, including Leela. Victor's empire began to collapse like a house of cards. Board members resigned quietly, investors pulled out, and sponsors publicly distanced themselves. Every move he made seemed to backfire spectacularly. In the chaos, Victor confronted Leela in a private meeting. This time, no cameras, no audience. The room was silent, heavy with tension. "You think you've won," he snarled. "You think exposing me makes you powerful." Leela's eyes blazed, unwavering. "I don't need your approval, Victor. I'm not seeking power, I'm seeking freedom. And truth, something you clearly never understood." Victor's voice dropped, a mixture of fury and desperation. "You don't know what you're doing. You're stepping into a world of consequences." "Maybe," Leela said calmly, "but I'd rather face the consequences of truth than live in your empire of lies." Outside, Elena watched through the blinds, calculating every move. Victor's desperation was palpable, and every attempt to strike back only pushed him closer to ruin. The public spectacle continued. Every news outlet, every social media platform, every influencer chronicled Victor's unraveling empire. Meanwhile, Leela grew stronger, more strategic, and more unstoppable with Elena guiding her. Victor had struck back, but his attacks only revealed the depth of his control, obsession, and desperation. And in doing so, he had played right into the hands of the women he underestimated. By the end of the day, it was clear. The war was no longer just public, it was personal, and the stakes had never been higher. Victor's world was crumbling. The city buzzed with news, every screen replaying Leela's exposé, Elena's calculated maneuvers, and Evelyn's damning revelations. Investors fled, sponsors cut ties, and social media erupted. Langford collapse, truth prevails, Billionaire exposed. In his penthouse, Victor stared at the skyline like a man watching his empire burn. His hands shook, his carefully controlled demeanor shattered. "This can't be happening," he muttered, voice raw. Meanwhile, Leela and Elena orchestrated the next stage. Leela's strength had grown exponentially. She wasn't just reacting, she was commanding. Elena's guidance had turned her fury into strategy, her heartbreak into precision. "Victor, not expecting the final reveal," Elena said, calm and poised. "This isn't just public exposure, it's a total unraveling. Every ally, every secret, every manipulation will surface at once." Leela nodded, opening the journal one last time. Inside were documents exposing financial manipulations, personal betrayals, and confidential contracts proving Victor's absolute control over those closest to her. Every page was a dagger, every revelation a blow to his reputation. The public reveal was scheduled at the same charity gala where Victor had tried to reassert control. The room was electric, media frenzy reaching a fever pitch. Cameras clicked, live streams surged, and every eye was on the stage. Leela stepped forward, composed yet radiant with power. Victor's arrival was met with hushed whispers and flashes from cameras, but his confident posture betrayed nothing, though inside, panic roared. "Victor Langford," Leela began, voice firm, "today the world will see the man you truly are. Not the billionaire you show them, not the charming persona you perfected, but the empire of lies you built, piece by piece, at the expense of everyone around you, including me." She signaled and the screens lit up. Documents, emails, videos, proof of Victor's betrayals, financial manipulation, and the personal deceptions that had entangled friends, family, and colleagues, played in a seamless montage. The room gasped. Even Victor's closest allies looked horrified. Victor tried to intervene. "Leela, stop, this isn't." But the evidence was overwhelming. Evelyn's testimony, Elena's leaks, the journal, it was all undeniable. His empire of control collapsed in real time, public and personal humiliation entwined. The final blow came when Leela revealed a secret Victor had never anticipated, a hidden partnership with a rival company intended to undercut his own empire. The room erupted. Investors were already withdrawing, contracts being voided. The empire Victor had spent decades building began to crumble publicly. Victor's fury turned inward. He stormed out of the gala, eyes wild, heart racing, realizing that he had lost more than his reputation. He had lost control. Outside, Leela exhaled, a mix of relief and triumph washing over her. She turned to Elena, who nodded, the faintest smile of satisfaction playing across her face. "It's done," Elena said softly. "He's exposed, powerless, and finally, the narrative is yours." Leela held the journal tightly, her transformation complete. From a betrayed bride to a woman reclaiming her destiny, she had turned heartbreak into strategy, chaos into power. The world watched in awe. Victor's empire had fallen. Leela's rise had begun, and Elena's orchestration ensured that the final move had left her in control of the shadows, guiding the narrative to a future only she and Leela could command. The night sky reflected the city below, a mirror of fire and light. The battle was over, but the war for influence, truth, and legacy had only just begun. Weeks had passed since the gala. Victor Langford's empire lay fractured, yet the man himself remained a storm of fury and wounded pride. Publicly, he was defeated. Privately, he was plotting. Every alliance he had relied on had either crumbled or shifted to Leela's side. Every move was being watched, dissected, and exposed. Leela, meanwhile, had stepped fully into her new role. She had reclaimed her life, her career, and her public image. The journal, once a symbol of betrayal, had become her blueprint for empowerment. Elena remained at her side, the unseen hand guiding strategy, timing, and narrative control. The city watched in awe as Leela's rise continued. She hosted charitable initiatives, media appearances, and business negotiations, all executed with poise and authority. Her name became synonymous with resilience, intelligence, and empowerment. Social media exploded with hashtags like Leela's legacy, truth triumphs, and empowered. But Victor was far from finished. Alone in his private office, he stared at the skyline, his reflection in the glass a ghost of the man who once controlled everything. "They think it's over," he muttered, voice low and dangerous. But power doesn't disappear, it waits. It strikes when least expected. He reached for his phone. "Marcus, it's time to rebuild. Not for show, not for reputation, for revenge." Meanwhile, Elena had discovered a new layer in Victor's web, a secret offshore account, a hidden ally, and a potential scandal even more devastating than the one he had just suffered. "If he moves now," Elena warned Leela, "he could ignite a counterattack that shakes everything again. We need to strike first, decisively." Leela's eyes hardened. "Then we don't just defend, we dominate. We control the narrative before he can even breathe." The next move was bold. Leela and Elena launched a public exposé, not just revealing Victor's remaining secrets, but also positioning Leela as a figure of integrity and unstoppable force. Major news outlets picked it up. Viral content dominated feeds. Every loyal supporter of Victor was forced to question their allegiance. Victor, furious, attempted a clandestine maneuver, a high-stakes corporate acquisition designed to reclaim public favor. But Elena had already anticipated it, leaking crucial information at just the right moment to thwart his plan. The confrontation finally came in a private meeting, arranged under the guise of negotiation. Leela, composed and unshakable, faced Victor across a polished table. "You've lost, Victor," she said, voice calm but cutting. "Every move, every lie, every attempt to control me, it's over. The world sees you for what you are." Victor leaned in, eyes dark and calculating. "You think this is over, Leela? You think power can be seized without cost? I will rise again. And when I do, you'll see the consequences of underestimating me." Leela smiled faintly, unafraid. "Maybe, but I've already lived through your lies, your manipulation, your empire of shadows. Whatever you do next, I'll be ready." Elena, standing slightly behind Leela, added softly, "Some wars are fought in public, some in the shadows, but the final move always belongs to the one who understands the board." Victor's jaw clenched. He left the room, eyes smoldering with unspent fury, realizing that while he could plan, react, or strike, Leela's rise was now unstoppable. The city's skyline glimmered, reflecting the tension of a battle that had spanned love, betrayal, and power. One truth was undeniable. Leela had consolidated control. Victor had lost his empire, but the war of minds, hearts, and influence was far from over. The city skyline shimmered under a setting sun, casting long shadows over a world that had witnessed betrayal, ambition, and scandal. Victor Langford, once untouchable, now a man stripped of control, sat in his penthouse, staring at the chaos his obsession had created. He received a message, an invitation to a private gala orchestrated by Leela. She wasn't just confronting him, she was claiming the final stage. Leela entered the grand hall, poised and radiant, Elena at her side. Every camera, every journalist, every influential social media account was streaming live. The world was watching, hearts pounding, waiting for the climax of a saga that had captivated millions. Victor arrived, confident in his last-ditch effort, but the tension was unmistakable. His empire might have been fractured, but pride still clung to him. Leela's voice rang out, steady and commanding. "Victor Langford, today the world sees the truth. Every manipulation, every betrayal, every empire of lies you built, it ends now." She signaled, and the screens lit up with documents, videos, and verified evidence. Victor's financial schemes, personal deceptions, and the web of control he had spun. Gasps filled the hall. Influencers paused, viewers held their breath, and Victor's closest allies looked betrayed. Victor attempted to regain control, voice booming. "This is lies, you cannot." Leela cut him off, eyes blazing. "The truth doesn't need your permission, Victor, and neither do I." The final twist came as Leela revealed Evelyn Carter's ultimate betrayal had been Victor's undoing, and Elena had secured a public revelation of Victor's hidden alliances with rivals that could have collapsed the company entirely. The audience erupted in shock. Victor's empire of shadows lay exposed. Victor's fury turned inward. He stormed out, realizing the magnitude of his loss. Outside, Leela exhaled, the journal held tight, her symbol of triumph, resilience, and reclaimed power. Elena, standing slightly behind, whispered, "This is more than victory. This is strategy, patience, and understanding the board. The world is watching. You are the story now." The gala erupted into applause, but Leela stepped forward to the camera, speaking directly to the audience. "If you've enjoyed this journey of truth, betrayal, and empowerment, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for the next story where real power meets real consequences. Victor's empire had fallen. Leela had risen. Elena remained the unseen architect. And the world had witnessed a saga of love, lies, and unshakable determination. The night sky reflected the city's lights. Chaos tamed, truths revealed, power reclaimed. And though the battle was over, the legend of Leela's rise had only just begun. Lyle and subscribe.